Greetings, salutations. Welcome to the Library Lowdown, the video where you get the lowdown on all the great things happening at the Public Library of Enid and Garfield County. I am Theri Ray. I am the current Interim Library Director. This is my friend Larissa.
Hello.
Larissa works with the Communications Department. Fantastic. We're in the beautiful Enid Communications television studio to record.
Yes.
I have my beautiful coffee with my wonderful Enid Communications coffee cup.
Complimentary coffee and muffin.
I'm loving this cup. I love the cup. So let's talk about stuff that's happening at the library. I always get super excited about library stuff. So I want to tell you a couple of things, and then I want to do something that is like my favorite part of library stuff. So we are kicking off the summer reading program. We had our kickoff party last Friday, and it was super cool. I think we counted like 600 people.
Oh my!
Yeah, right. It was super exciting. We gave away over 200 beautifully grilled hot dogs that we grilled right out on our library lawn, and there were snow cones, and there was a petting zoo, and it was phenomenally fun. And folks got all signed up for summer reading. You can still sign up for summer reading. It is not too late to join us. There will be there was a registration raffle where we gave away some baskets of cool prizes. There will be a sort of midway raffle where we will give away some more prizes. And then there will be a big one at the end as well. It's super exciting. I love reading. I love seeing people get excited about reading. We have stickers. Do you like stickers?
I do.
People like the stickers. We have beautiful die-cut vinyl stickers that are part of our summer reading activity package. They're some prizes that you can win. And at the end, if you complete the summer reading challenge, you get a water bottle that you can put all your stickers on. It's so cool. It's very cool. We have a unique art opportunity coming up on the 18th. That's a Saturday, and a internationally renowned artist will be here. Myra Williams. She does equine art. Do you like horses?
I do.
You like horses? Would you like to be able to draw horses?
I mean, my level of drawing is like a stick figure, and it's not anything fancy. It's just,
But if you could come to a library program and learn from an internationally renowned artist how to improve your drawing of horses, would you be interested in doing that?
Well, yeah, and I think Tyler would probably be interested in that too. Tyler is my 11-year-old son. And
super cool.
So, I mean, he's drawing. So I think I would like to cultivate that for him.
Awesome. Yeah, so the program on the 18th would be super cool. Meyer, she's coming all the way from Cornwall, England.
Oh, I was going to say I've not heard of that town in the States, but England, that makes sense.
Yes, so she's from England, and she will be here, and while she's here she will be doing like some horse photography. She takes the most beautiful pictures of horses, a lot of times in action. So like you have like all this beautiful movement of these just gorgeous animals. And she also then draws them. And she will be here to talk sort of about what her life as an artist is like. She's a full-time artist. She does some photography, she does some drawing. She is a costumer. She makes the costumes for a theater troupe. And she's phenomenal. So she's going to come and talk about her life as an artist and then help people walk through how to create a mixed media. So it will be like ink and pencil, and like there'll be like a couple of different kinds of ways to draw kind of thing. And I'm sure it will be horse themed, and we will make beautiful pictures of horses.
So are you going to be drawing as well? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be drawing sitting in with her?
Yeah.
So what if you don't have those kind of supplies?
Well, the library will supply them.
That's nice.
Yes. That's one of the things that I love about library programs is you don't have to have all of the supplies you need to learn to do a thing. You come to the library and we have supplies and you use our supplies, and then you get to decide, am I really interested in this thing? Do I really like it? Do I want to go out and buy supplies? You know, you don't want to buy a whole bunch of supplies to try a new thing, then just to decide that it's not really your thing, and now you have all these supplies.
And then you have to sell them.
Right. Or, you know,
donate them.
Yeah, or just keep them, or, you know, throw them away and send them to the landfill. Yeah, I mean, like, not good options when you could just come to the library and try the thing and decide if you like it before you start making large investments in supplies. So yeah, we have all the supplies that you will need, and it will be super fun. That is on the 18th. And I'm giddy excited, one, to see my friend again, because I've worked with Meyer before, and she's just phenomenal. I'm excited to see her, and I'm excited to bring that level of art to the library. So that's super cool. I'm very, very excited about that. We have all kinds of summer reading stuff going on. You have a calendar in front of you.
I do. I have a handy dandy calendar.
It's beautiful, and you've even done some highlighting. Mine doesn't have any highlighting on it yet.
Well,
but
and what's cool is that you can get the same calendar. You can print it off on their website.
And the one on our website updates. It's updated. So like, when we originally printed this calendar, we didn't have Meyer Williams on the schedule.
Oh.
So if you picked up a calendar in the library June 1st, that event wasn't on there. But the one on the website, it is. It's all updated. So every time we update the calendar, that gets updated. We, of course, cannot update the printed calendar if you've already taken it with you.
Right.
But
you can go to the website and get that information.
Yep.
So a couple of the things that I was like, what is that? What is this? So what is, I see on here, it says Impact Wednesday.
It's Impact Wednesday, and I'm super excited about this program. And if you were to turn over the back of your calendar, you would see some of this stuff. There it is, Impact Wednesdays. And it is about the impact that we as people have on the earth. So I've sort of been referring to it as Environmental Impact Wednesday. So we have this huge recycling project going on at the library. Very excited. Have you heard about the recycling project?
No.
So we have like bottle caps. I've heard that the Enid Recycling doesn't take the bottle caps. And I didn't know that. So I knew that you were supposed to take the lids off the bottles, but I didn't know that the lids weren't supposed to go in the tub with the bottles. So if you have the lids to bottles, and various and sundry other kinds of lids, and there's all these descriptions, and we have a flyer at the library, and I'm sure it's on our website, what kind of lids. But you can donate those to be recycled at the library. And we are partnering with a company who, at the end of the summer, is going to take all of the recyclable lids and caps and stuff that we've collected and turn them into like a park bench.
Oh, like art?
For like so like the folks will come and donate these lids, and the young people for summer reading are doing projects with these lids, and they're collecting them, and they're making sure they're clean, and they're sorting them, and then we will send them off to this company, and then what will come back to us is like lawn furniture.
Oh.
So like it will just always be, there will always be the park bench created by the summer reading kids in 2022. And
well, that's nice.
Right, it's kind of...
That is neat.
I'm really excited about that. And there will also be other like mini lessons, like how do you reduce your carbon footprint? Of course, we phrase that differently for children, right? I mean, like that's a big concept.
They don't understand carbon.
Right, and your footprint, right?
They don't understand that either.
That's supposed to be like the print that your foot makes. You
right.
know? So we may introduce that phrasing, but then actually talk about it in terms that are kid-friendly. Things that you can do to have a positive impact or a less negative impact on our environment. So that I'm excited about that one. That's something that I've been interested in for a long time. So that's super cool. That's one of the summer reading programs, and there is a different program each. Well, there's not necessarily it's a different program, but it's not necessarily a different kind of program. There's art 2 days a week, but Mondays are movie Mondays, where we're showing a movie.
Now, is that like black and white, or what kind of movies are you showing?
Usually. So we have purchased some licensing so that we can show movies at the library. In order to do a public performance movie, you have to purchase licensing. You can't just, back in the day, like Blockbuster. Do you remember Blockbuster?
I do. I remember them being out of the movie that I wanted.
And
yeah, right. That was so disappointing.
And it would say, like for home view, private home view. So like you can't just take a regular DVD that you've purchased or whatever and show it in a public venue without public licensing. So we have purchased licensing so that we can show movies, and we have a great list of movies that we're showing, and they are typically not black and white old movies. These are new, fun movies that we are showing, and we're doing movies actually a couple of times a week. So Movie Monday on Mondays, and then there are other movies on Fridays. So, for example, now this is a bit of an older movie. It's tremendously fun. The Pirates of Penzance. It is a classic, fun pirate movie. It's great. Next week will be another pirate movie, one that many more folks are familiar with.
One of my favorites.
One of your favorite movies. On the 30th, we're having a throwback movie, which I think we're throwing back to like the 80s or early 90s.
What? I'm there. I love that era.
Right? How fun is that?
It was so much fun.
But I love the part of librarianship where I get to say, what are you interested in? What information can I give you? So we talked about the Impact Wednesdays and the movies. What else? What else are you interested in on that calendar?
I mean, you have some things on here. Like I see like the Citizenship Class.
Yes.
And, and I know that we have some people in our community that might need to know some of that information.
Yes, so that class is specifically for folks who are working on becoming U.S. citizens, which is, like, that always makes my heart really happy when people want to be citizens of our country and the involvement that happens when you're a legal citizen versus some of the other ways that people come to this country. Mm-hmm. For example, my grandmother never became a U.S. citizen. She was a British citizen. She was a legal resident of the country. She came here as a war bride after World War II, but she never became a U.S. citizen. So I love it when people are interested in being part of that system, and that gets you things like you can vote. And like it opens up all kinds of opportunities for engagement in your community to be a legal U.S. citizen. And we've had folks get their citizenship because they came to the library and worked through this class.
So what do they get when they come? What should they expect?
It is a lot of classes on here is the information that you need to know to be able to pass the citizenship test. And that test it's actually a difficult test. I think that I've heard some people talk about it could be that many U.S. citizens that were born U.S. citizens could not actually pass that test. Like there's information on it that we don't necessarily all retain and use on a regular basis. I think it would be fun to do
Just do it.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to do a class or a group on, like, do we know all these facts?
Agreed.
Like a U.S. citizenship trivia night.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun and informative.
Kind of like, are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Yeah, kind of like that.
I would be interested in that.
I think that would be fun.
I think that would be neat.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my other question, like almost continuously, is what would you like to see at the library? We were chatting this morning at the communication department, and somebody mentioned the different types of librarians. Like, did you know there are many different types of librarians?
No, I mean, I've seen, working in this department, I've seen come across my email different employment opportunities that have come through, and there's like a library clerk, and I mean, there's different kinds of library clerks, you know.
Yes. So there are multiple jobs within a public library. So there's clerks and there's specialists, and there's, you know, like lots of different jobs. But there's also lots of different kinds of libraries. Like, there are law libraries where the only thing in the library is books about law. And that's fascinating, but not my field. There are archivists where all they do is preserve historical information. And I think it's fascinating, but it's not my field. Like a school library functions a little bit differently than a public library, especially like college libraries are different than like elementary school libraries. There's so many different kinds of libraries and so many different kinds of jobs within the library field. Like there is a cataloger job, and that's the person who gets the book and finds all of the information about the book and makes sure all that information is in our catalog and that the sticker on the book is right and says where it should be. And they process all this information so that when you or I go to look for a book, it's really easy to find.
They do the hard work.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes that you don't really see.
Right, that you don't really see and you don't really think about. I mean, I took a whole class on it, and it's fascinating, and there are these things that are called MARC records, and that's machine readable code stuff, and like you can get all of the information on one book in just this long string of numbers, and and it's fascinating, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing, and I'm so thankful that there are different kinds of people who want to do these different things in libraries and in different kinds of libraries, and so it's fascinating. But somebody had mentioned that we should do sort of like a workshop or a display or something on the different kinds of libraries and different kinds of librarians.
People don't know.
People don't know, and similar to our you know, like idea about the citizenship trivia thing. One of the folks here at the Enid Communications department was saying that something that might interest him was like classes or workshops or whatever on local politics. And I was thinking myself, before I started working for the city, I had very little idea about how city government actually works. And I think it would be really cool to do like some workshops or some presentations or whatever on how city government works and how you can be involved. But like, how do city governments work and how can you be involved? And I think that's fascinating, and I think that, at least for me, I didn't know, and I think there's still a lot that I don't know, which is the first step to literacy in any particular field is knowing that you need more information. It's very important.
Yes.
So what would you like to see at the library? What would get you involved in the library?
I mean, I would like to see, I don't know, like Girlfriends and Wine.
I mean, we can't serve,
I know
we can't serve wine at the library.
It could be grape juice.
We actually have heard this a lot. There's several people that were like, hey, we would love to get together for, you know, like book clubs and cocktails. And while
That would be
I
fun.
personally think that's a fabulous idea, we can't do that at the library.
But you could serve mock.
We could serve mock.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
And we could do like a tea party where we have different kinds of teas. The other thing that we do is we have book club sets. So if you wanted to check out a set of books for you and your friends to do a book club, you could borrow our book club sets and have a book club, and then you could meet wherever you wanted.
Oh.
But we have sets of books that you could do a book club on in all of the different sections of the library. So there are children's book club sets, there are teen book club sets, and there are adult book club sets. If you're interested in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there is a book club set for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Something tells me it's probably not your genre, but I'm guessing.
That's a movie.
It is a movie.
I've heard of that.
It is a movie.
Probably watched it.
Probably. There was a movie based on the book. There was also a BBC television series based on the book. It was written by an English writer. So there's that. There's also all kinds of other book club sets that we have that you could just borrow, and then you could do your own,
I would like to see a photography class.
Photography?
Different kinds of like photography, because there's different kinds.
There sure is.
And so I'd like to see some of that. I think that would be neat. And I'm sure there's other people out there aspiring for that.
Yeah. So we've done some photography classes in the past. I know that there's been some interest in us doing that again. We also did a photography competition.
Oh, that's fun.
For the teens, which was so fun, and I would love to do one, like where we just had all different age groups. So you had like kid photography and teen photography and adult photography. We would limit it to amateur photographers, I think. Amateur. You know that there are some extremely talented professional photographers in this area. And I think that if I were to submit a photo, and people like Mike Clemmy and Don Muncy were involved in I would feel that there was no way for me to possibly
blow it out of the water.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
But we have had them come and teach classes, which,
that would be cool.
Which is fantastic. Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah. So what else? What else would you?
Well, I mean, on your calendar here, it says that there's tools for caregivers, and then it also says DIY cleaners. So can you elaborate on what those two different classes are?
Absolutely. So the tools for caregivers, if you have ever had a situation where you needed to care for another person, especially when we're talking about you're caring for another adult who is experiencing maybe a medical issue, as we help parents transition, with things like Alzheimer's, and you are spending so much of your time and energy caring for another person, it can really be difficult then to also make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And so that's what the tools for caregivers is if you need to focus on taking care of other people, how do you also make sure that you're taking care of you, which is super important. And the DIY cleaners. I don't know if you've noticed, but some of the cleaners that you buy have a lot of chemicals in them. And some of them, it's hard to breathe while you're cleaning your bathroom kind of thing. So this is do-it-yourself cleaners that you can make at home. My grandmother cleaned with a tremendous amount of vinegar. Vinegar is a great cleaning tool.
It's supposed to be good for windows.
Yes. So this is some tips and tricks and how to make your own cleaners at home that have less harsh chemicals, still get stuff done, smell good or smell better, or you can breathe around them.
Do you know that if you use white vinegar, you can sanitize a bearded dragon, snake, reptile? You can sanitize their tanks with that.
Yeah, because it's environmentally friendly, and it's not toxic to them.
Right.
Because it's vinegar.
And it sanitizes and kills all the germs.
Yeah.
Things that make them sick.
Yeah.
We have a bearded dragon, so that's the reason why I know that.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
You could do an exhibit on, bearded dragons.
I mean, my sister, who is a reptile goddess, is what I call her. She's got 9 snakes. One is 6 foot long, and she would be the one to talk about that.
See, yeah,
But she does, she would love to do that.
that would be fantastic.
And she could probably bring some reptile exhibits.
Take a note about Larissa's sister with the
I'm volunteering
snakes.
my sister for things. She is just going to love that.
Well, you have mentioned her as a possible contact.
Yes.
That's super cool.
And she's in a lot of like reptile groups on Facebook, and people like I have questions and then I just tag her and then she like resolves it for them.
Fantastic.
It's so amazing.
Did you know that individual citizens and groups in Enid could do exhibits at the library?
No, I didn't.
Yes, they can. So, like, if your sister wanted to come and do an exhibit and teach people about reptiles and, like, have some things that, you know, that are there for folks to see and some resources for folks to check out to teach people about reptiles, absolutely, she could do that.
That would be cool.
That would be super cool. And I love the idea of community people represented in the library. In sort of the library education world, we talk about bringing in artifacts from the outside world, and that sounds really complicated, but it's things like show off your coin collection at the library and get people excited about coins.
That's cool.
You know, show off your, you know, the reptiles and, you know, get people excited about reptiles. But it's about the community coming into the library and being able to teach others and show others about the stuff that is important to them. And I think that is such an important piece of libraries. So I'm really excited that we're like actively opening that up and letting folks know, come exhibit your stuff at the library, the super cool thing that you're into that you think people should know about or whatever. We would love to have that. So contact us at the library and do that. We would love to. We would love to have that happen. I always love chatting with you. It's always fun.
Thanks.
You have really great questions, and I can always see sort of the inquisitiveness in your face. Like you are genuinely interested in learning new things and getting new information. I love that. I think it's super exciting.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to constantly learn.
I think so.
I mean, I don't know everything.
Oh, yeah. I hope I'm not supposed to know everything, because I certainly do not know everything, but I can find a tremendous amount of information.
I do need to figure out how to read more.
Yeah?
I do. And I think that's where you come in.
I will help you.
Yeah. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has a hard time staying plugged into a book.
It can be a challenge.
Yeah.
It can be a challenge.
It's hard to pick up one. It's great to decorate with one, but it's hard to read one. I don't know why.
It can be.
It's weird.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But like I don't watch the TVs. People ask all the time, "Did you see this show? Did you see that show?" I didn't see the show. I was busy doing something else. And I imagine for a lot of people it's the same with reading. Like they're busy doing other things. And so, yeah, come to the library and we will help you figure out how to get plugged into more reading and more stories and enjoying the art form that is literature. So yeah, so do that. So come to the library. Thank you so much for joining us for the Library Lowdown video. This is always a good time. I love that folks watch. I love when folks interact. I love when I say something on the video and then somebody calls the library and asks about the thing that we said. That is super cool. So do that. Please interact with us. Help us make the library truly your community library, because that is super important. And we can't wait to see you in the library. Bye.